Welcome back, everybody. We got some exciting stuff going on in the near future here with Fallout 76 with the addition of Gleaming Depths. We are getting some perk card changes, and part of that is that in the near future we're going to be playing as a ghoul. You'll have the ability to create a character like that. With Gleaming Depths, they're adding 4-star legendary effects. There is a whole list of them, and it is just a lot to get into. If you're interested in learning about the 4-star legendary effects, Nuka Knights has just released a video on this a few minutes ago. I'm going to include the link to that in the description. Go check it out if you want to learn about the 4-star legendary mods. This guy is like God tier when it comes to data mining and gathering that information about that subject. I'm not going to repeat exactly what he's doing and saying when he can do it much better than I can on that subject. So go over there, check him out. Hit that like, subscribe on me and him. He's out there doing great for the community. So let's get into what is changing though. Jeez, look at all this. That is a lot of stuff that is changing. So we're just going to get into it. Um, Adamantium Skeleton. The ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. It now has a new effect. Limb damage reduction effect now scales with your endurance. All night long. Ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. Rank 1, a perk point cost increased from 1 to 2. So, however much that 2 is right now currently, that's what it's going to be costing on your 1. The new effect, positive effects of pre-war alcohol last twice as long. Now, I'm wondering if that's going to stack with Party Girl or Party Boy, whatever the heck one that you play as. I don't know. We're going to find out, though, because, man, that could be dang cool. Batteries included. The ranks have been reduced from 3 to 2. Now that's fantastic for everybody. I mean, they're reducing the amount of perk points required to have a weight reduction card, and being over cucumbered in the Wasteland is clearly a serious problem for 99,000% of people in the game. Bloodsucker, it's been reduced from 3 to 1. It's been moved also from the charisma section over to endurance. Rank 1 gains the effect of former rank 3 effect. That's fantastic. These 3 to 1 movements, so instead of it taking 3 points up in that section, it's only taking 1. That is really cool. And you have to keep in mind, they're moving some of these things. So they've moved that from charisma to endurance. It's changing sections. So this is going to require us to do new perk loadouts if you want to get the most bang for your buck. But it's going to give us a lot more options, and the options to do some really creative and funky weird builds too, which I always love doing that stuff. So we're going to see what kind of weird crap that I end up coming up with in the near future. Bullet shield. Let me just make sure. Okay, I did bloodsucker. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry. Bullet shield. It has moved from strength to endurance. We've added a 4th rank in that, which is cool. The new effect. You get a 5% chance per rank to deflect range attacks for 6 seconds when firing a heavy weapon. Cannibal. It's been reduced from 3 to 1. You have increased healing received and hunger restored at rank 1. Cap collector. The ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. Now applies to containers and corpses, not just stash or cap stashes. So that's pretty cool. And the new effect has changed also. We have the amount of caps found scales with your luck. So lucky you are, more caps you're going to end up finding, you know. And that's really neat. Evasive. This is a nice effect right now. The ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. It now increases evade chance based on your agility. So if you want that to be effective, you're going to want to have a high agility build. And yeah, very cool. First aid, reduced from 3 to 1. It now affects stim pack diffusers. Stim packs or stim pack healing scales with your intelligence. So the higher your intelligence, the more your stim pack's going to work. Keep that in mind too. I'm curious if that's going to be affected with all drugs and chems, not just stim packs, when you're trying to heal yourself. We got four-leaf clover. It's been reduced from 3 to 1. Misses and VATs contribute to the critical meter based on luck. So, this is no secret. If you want to do a VATS build, you need to have high luck for accuracy. Hard bargain, it's been reduced from 3 to 1. It now grants +7 charisma while bartering with NPCs. That's a decent improvement. People might actually start using that, Currently, it's not a great thing. So it's good to see an improvement. Iron Stomach, it now increases energy resistance. Junk Shield, I'm real curious about this one. So Junk Shield, it's been reduced from 3 to 1. It also now works in power armor. Now also scales with luck. I'm really curious at how Junk Shield is going to work. Prior to them updating this had percentage numbers on it as I was reading through. And yeah, we're not seeing the percentage numbers. I believe it was 50% for regular armor, and then if you had power armor, I thought it was 200%, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, though. Yeah. So anyway, Life Giver. It's been reduced from 3 to 1. It improves HP gain from endurance. Lone Wanderer, reduced from 3 to 1. The new effect, AP regen and defense bonus based on charisma. So, yeah, before it wasn't like that. If you had the 3rd star, it was just completely maxed out on that effect with the Lone Wanderer. Now, no matter what, your AP regen on this card and your defense bonus, it's based on how much charisma you have. So, I don't know how useful that one's going to be unless you have a really high charisma character. Which, to be fair, charisma is kind of avoided in a lot of people's builds, and I think that they're trying to push that, hey, you need some charisma. We'll see how it plays out, you know what I mean? Natural resistance. It no longer increases your energy resistance. I'm curious about this one too with Night Eyes. So they removed the requirement for the time of day, which doesn't make much sense because it's literally night eyes. If that's the case, I mean, if you're changing night-based perks that it doesn't matter what time of day it is, then what the hell's the point in having nocturnal weapons or sun-kissed or any of that? What's the point? So I'm a little confused about that, but hey. I digress. Let's move on. Ordnance Express. This should excite everybody. It's been reduced from 3 to 2, so you're going to be able to free up a perk point if you're doing that. Ordnance Express is always fantastic if you're carrying any kind of explosives, nuke grenades and 40 millimeter, whatever it may be. Pharmacist. The ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. Radiation healing scales with your intelligence. So I see that they're changing a lot of this stuff to make that perk scale with how much intelligence or agility or whatever, luck. That's going to be interesting how that pans out and plays. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting, man. Very curious about that. But with that pharmacist, the new effect, radiation healing scales with intelligence. You're no longer required to craft disease cures or water filters. Now that's interesting. I do like that effect. That's a good one. Professional drinker. Ranks have been reduced from 3 to 2. Ricochet. Ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. It has a new effect. It now increases deflect chance based on your luck. So if you want this to proc properly, you're going to have, or frequently, you're going to need to have a high luck build for that. The deflect grants a chance to reflect 100% of the damage ranged attacks back to the attacker and reduces damage that you take from the attack by 50%. Deflect Chance receives a bonus while wearing heavy armor or power armor. Oh, this is where that changed. Okay, so Ricochet. If you're using just your regular heavy armor, you get a 50% multiplier. In power armor, the amount of damage reflected is doubled to 200 frickin' percent. Seriously, 200%? That is a massive, massive increase. Yeah, yeah, Ricochet. If this is honestly true, this is Ricochet is going to be a god tier thing to have for PvE. Uh, yeah, fantastic. That's I don't know if that seems really way overpowered in my opinion, but hey, what the hell do I know, right? Serendipity. Your ranks have been reduced from 3 to 1. The new effect. It now increases evade chance while under 30% life, and this is again based on your luck. Evade provides a chance to avoid all incoming damage from direct attacks. Evade can happen once every second, and the cooldown is now increased by your armor. Please note, evade cannot happen when over encumbered or while in power armor. So I don't know how that's going to play out in actual game. We're going to have to test this stuff. We're going to be testing out a whole bunch of this crap to actually see, because a lot of it they don't tell you exact stats of what they're changing or if there's a multiplier or if it stacks, you know what I mean? We're going to have to do some testing, but it's going to be fun. Armor increases evade cooldown at the following rates. Your light armor, and I'm glad that they did specify in this one. I wish they would have done this shit in all of the other ones above that they didn't tell us. So light armor, it's a zero point 0.1 second per piece. Medium armor's 0.2 per piece. Heavy armor's 0.4 per piece. Starch jeans. I love this one, okay? Ranks have been reduced from 2 to 1. So now if you've got starched jeans, you're only going to need that 1 perk point, and it has been moved from luck to endurance. Rank 1 provides the benefits of rank 2. So that's just a 1 perk card now, which that's cool. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of weird crap that I can come up with. Through Hiker, the ranks have been reduced from 3 to 2. It's been also relocated to endurance. It was in agility, it's going over to endurance, so keep that in mind. And that is just the list that we have been provided so far. It will change, I'm sure, as things progress. Because, like I said, we've got the addition of the 4-star mods. We're going to have new perk cards coming out when we can play as a ghoul. So, yeah, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments, because we are going to be able to make some really interesting and strange builds. I might even do a challenge like that to see what kind of weird crap that we can come up with. But until the next time, my friends, I love you. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget that today, your weeklies, everything renews. Make sure you get your butt over there, get your score points. See ya.